That was Okazaki, I think. December 7th, 11:30 p.m. I feel like there was such a sudden change from chapter 0 to chapter 1. And right in front of the office, I stopped in my tracks. Someone's collapsed. I seen the figure of someone collapsed in the alleyway. Oh. Oh. Are you okay? As I rushed over in surprise, I was even more shocked when I saw his face. Oh my god. It's Okazaki. With his sleeping mask on. What are you doing, sir? His eyes were covered by an eye mask, but from the rest of his appearance, it was definitely Okazaki. An eye mask? I leaned in to get a better look at Okazaki. His rising and falling breaths were unmistakably the breaths of a sleeper. No way, he fell asleep here of all places? I reached out to shake him awake, but my hand stopped just short of touching his shoulders. Actually, it would be better if he didn't see me. I'd be in trouble if the police found out about me. It'd be best to steer clear of him. I can't just leave him here. Okazaki. No, he's rightfully asleep. I tried calling him in a quiet voice, but he showed no signs of waking. Okazaki! I raised my voice louder than before, but he still didn't wake up. What now? Oh. Huh? Who's this now? Who are you? I spun around to face the unexpected voice from behind me. There was a man standing there. I didn't notice him at all. Because of my job, I tend to be pretty good at noticing people nearby. But he was able to approach from behind, and I completely failed to know this man until he spoke. Sir? Senpai. I reflectively spoke and was met with a smile. How does this guy work as a police officer? Saying that, the man rolled up his sleeves. He also drew a handgun from his holster. What? Oh. Okazaki was up in a flash and he unleashed a lightning quick spinning roundhouse kick. Ah! The gun was knocked out of the other man's hand. Oh. The man lost his balance, stumbled even further, and went down with a crash. My eyes couldn't keep up with how fast that takedown had been. What's happening? Sir, what?
ひどいっすよ先輩っていうか途中で俺だって気づいてたでしょうんせめて否定してください
At least he's honest.
吉成くんなら避けられるかなって殺気はないって分かってたしつい
Trying to kill you. I figured that's what he was saying. I was so flabbergasted as I saw Okazaki casually brush the dirt from his uniform with a pleasant smile. I knew that SP officers were physically impressive, but the gap between my expectations and reality was pretty shocking.
Neko-san, konbanwa.
Okazaki smiled meanly as if he had only noticed me there for the first time. He probably noticed me before. Despite how I found him, he had sharp senses. The fact that he reacted so casually was likely due to his personality.
Neko?
Oh, I don't know how to handle this.
この人が例の星野一花さんか
Yoshinari, thanks. Thanks for blowing our cover. Huh? Did I introduce myself? No, I don't recall ever doing that.
自分は吉成秀明と申します岡崎先輩とコンビ組んでて
吉成くん
いた先輩足なんで踏むんですか
I was confused by the green. Okazaki was angrily stepping on Yoshinari's foot.
俺もしかしてやらかしました
Oh dear. I noticed that Yoshinari had an SP badge on his chest too. Which means...
いやそれにしても今日はいい天気っすね先輩
もう夜だよ吉成くん
そうっすよね そうこんな夜中に女性の一人歩きは危ないんじゃないですかね先輩
Shinari, what are you trying to do? He's clearly trying to change the subject, desperately so. Still looking annoying, Okazaki let out a sigh and nodded.
それは俺も思う。いくら銃を持ってても夜は危ないよ。吉成くんの言う通り、君は可愛いから。
はい可愛いとまでは言ってません
ね、吉成くん。
あはいそうっすね超可愛いっす
Same, same Hoshino. I don't even know what to make of this encounter. I don't want to hear that it's dangerous to walk alone from a guy who falls asleep in alleyways. More importantly, I absolutely have to be cautious of Okazaki. Yoshinari's panic had been trying to cover up the fact that we both had figured out my name. Which means Okazaki already knows. Yeah.
タケルくんたちの様子を見てきてくれる？
了解っすあとはお若い人たちでごゆっくり
After watching Yoshinari disappear, Okazaki smiled weakly.
彼の方が若いんだけどね。
Okazaki went quiet and we shared an awkward silence together. He was watching me. It looked like he wasn't sure how to break the ice. So you knew. Obviously he knew my name, but he'd probably also figured out my identity too. Okazaki nodded slightly with a troubled smile.
ごめんね。調べさせてもらった。立場上無視するわけにはいかなくて。
Ah, you're a sharp one. Too sharp, but I guess that's why he was assigned to this particular job. Not much was obvious. To him, I was a strange woman and had approached the people he was protecting. Knowing that, I had no right to complain about either his caution or background check. SP could request coordination with the police, so if he looked me up, he'd know in no time. No, I should be the one apologizing for misleading you about my identity. Let me reintroduce myself. I'm Ichigo Hoshino from Shinjuku Police.
彼らに近づくのは仕事の一環？
I'm not sure how to answer the direct question. Oh god. I can't say yes. Even though I'm doing this blind, I still want a good end. I can't say yes. I'll say I can't say. I don't think that's gonna raise his trust. Am I supposed to raise his trust? I asked this because in Amnesia. I know I'm stalling, okay? But in Amnesia, you have parameters in that too. It's not trust though. It's like slightly different, but you have different parameters that you're supposed to and depending on how high or low each parameter is, leads to good or bad end or normal end. And sometimes the parameters work quite differently depending on whose route you do, so I don't know. Anyways, I'll just say I can't say for now. Right now, I had no idea if I should say yes or no. Even if I found a clever way to lie to him, it probably wouldn't work. And above all, I was very reluctant to lie to a fellow police officer. I can't say. And thinking over it, that's why I decided. Okazaki's demeanor didn't change. He smiled wanly at me again. Oh, his trust went up? How? But okay, I don't know if that was right.
じゃあ質問を変えるね。
Okazaki, is your mission to protect Yanagi and his team? Is there some reason they're so valuable? After taking some time to reflect on the question, Okazaki's face turned slightly serious.
X デー事件が警察の体制に反感を持つ組織によるテロだとしたら、元警察の彼らにも危険が及ぶ可能性がある。特に彼らは在職時に能力を買われていた人材で、今は独自に X デー事件を捜査している立場でしょ。
I'm actually thinking of moving my webcam up here to this corner. That might work. Maybe? Yeah, I don't like seeing my face up there, so I'll keep it over here. Let's see.
事件に巻き込まれる可能性が高いし、元は同じ組織だった彼らを放っておけないしね。
It's a plausible explanation, but he spoke like he was detached from it all. The SP's primary mission is to protect valuable people or regular civilians in great danger. Shinjuku had turned into a dangerous area, so there should be plenty of people in the city more important than Yanagi and his team. However, it seemed bizarre to me that SP would task its valuable resources to address the potential threat to former officers. God. He's hiding something after all. Oh, of course.
俺が守るべきものはね、特別で、大切で、とても重くて、かけがえのないもの。
You know what? I had a feeling when we were back at that choice with Sakura Gara, the three choice. It gave us three choices instead of just two. So I had a feeling. I had a feeling it was what I was talking about earlier about how we had to choose between just three of them in the first time around, since like Yanagi you couldn't do at all anyway, and Shiraishi is better for a later playthrough. So I was like, okay, so that just leaves Okazaki, Minamoto, and Sadazuka, and so so I had a feeling that the choice I picked would be in favor of Okazaki, but I didn't know it was gonna lock me onto his route. Which, like I said, I don't mind at all. Because I'm fine with anyone, honestly. And like I said, I'm gonna do everyone's route eventually, so it's fine. I could still clearly recall Okazaki's profound tone when he said that. Does he mean Yanagi's team? No, that's probably not it. The way he looked when he said that, he had to be referring to something else. Is he watching Yanagi's group in order to protect that other thing? Does he suspect them of being on the other side?
困らせちゃったかな。
Oh, my expression must have given away the skepticism I felt. Okazaki shook his head with a bit of smile and spoke while looking up at the office building.
彼らを守る必要はあるよ。少なくとも今の俺にはね。犯人と接触する可能性があるくらい、実力も捜査にかける熱意も本物だと思う。だからこそ、俺は。
He abruptly paused. His gaze was distant and then it dropped. Okazaki.
だから俺は彼らともっと仲良くなりたいって思うんだよね。いい人たちだし。
That's nice of you, but I don't think they feel the exact same way about you. They really look at him as if he's just a nuisance or just someone that's in the way. Right.
守るべき人間としてふさわしいか。それを知りたいっていうのもあるかな。
Don't you have it backwards? He'd been charged with protecting people. He didn't even know if they were worth protecting.
それから君ともね。
Oh, me? え？
君とももっと仲良くなりたいな。
When you said that, I grew wary again. I feel like I was being misled in several ways. While it might have been a compliment, I had no idea of Okazaki's true intentions, so I felt disconcerting. I felt like I should keep my distance. Right. I mean, I like him so far, but he's also really suspicious. And we also have to keep up this barrier wall up against him because he doesn't know the truth unlike the others. So I'm just like, did I land on the right route to do as the first route? I don't, because I think when I saw like the guide, I don't think I saw him as first, like as the best route to start off the game with. But here we are.
ね、もしかして事務所に用事があったんじゃない？
I did. I did, but it's your fault. We're late. I finally would have remembered what I had originally come to do.
やっぱり。だったら俺も一緒に行くよ。
Oh dear God. That's this is very bad. I can't speak openly with Yanagi's team if the topic of the call was off limits. I can only imagine how upset they would be having Okazaki there. I'll be fine. I can get there on my own. I firmly denied him, but Okazaki just took my hand and dragged me along. Of course, this always happens.
遠慮しなくてもいいよ。
That smile is scary. I'm not being shy. Okazaki wouldn't let go no matter what I said. I eventually entered the office, half dragged. It's a small thing.
だからそもそも勝手に入ってくんなって何回言えばわかるんだよ。
Is that voice Yanamoto?
照れなくてもいいんですよ、峰夫さん。この吉成秀明、たとえ槍が降ろうと四六時中あなた方を守ります。
Oh my god. I thought Yoshinari had left. That's why Okazaki sent Yoshinari head first. Oh, he did. Forgot. I timidly stepped into the noisy room.
じゃねえよ。だいたい照れてねえし、迷惑だって言ってんだ。ははん。ミネオさんはまだ俺の進化を分かっていませんね。なんだそりゃ。俺はこう見えてすっごく役に立つ人間なんです。例えばその本棚に隠してあるいかがわしい本、好きな子にバレそうになった時には俺がささっとさりげなく懐に入れたり。うぎゃー！お前俺の秘密をどこまで知ってんだよあ、聞きたいっすか？じゃあ奥のベッドの下にある DVD のタイトルはやめて！お願いだからそれ以上言わないで！
My goodness, Yoshinari. It's pretty obvious that Okazaki wasn't the only person that was viewed as a nuisance around the office. But they look like they're having fun. Maybe he actually gets along well with Enemoto. I take an opportunity to enter, so Enemoto noticed me gawking at the scene in the doorway.
お前、岡崎までなんで連れてきてんだよ。
Please. It felt like I wanted him to come too.
厄介なのが揃ったな。
I'm sorry. Yanagi emerged from behind the partition with an exasperated look on his face.
何考えてんだバカ猫。さっさと追い出せ。
Okazaki looked up from his computer to snipe at me. Ugh. Those are some painful stares. But Okazaki ignored the criticism and turned to Sasuke with a raised index finger.
こらタケルくん、バカ猫はかわいそうだよ。せめて猫さんって呼んであげて。
Look, Cat isn't my name.
そうだよね。だったら俺はちゃんと名前で呼びたいな。
My given name?
ね、いちかちゃんって呼んでもいい？
He flashed a smile that seemed so pure and my heart skipped a beat. Enchanted by that smile, I unthinkingly responded with downcast eyes. Don't give in yet, Ichika. Don't give in. Sure, if you'd like.
いちかちゃん。
Though to be totally honest, I think I'd be kind of like, yeah, I can't blame him.
おいおいおい、ちょっと待った！そこ何ほのぼのしてんだよ。こら！そのボケボケ SP と和んでる場合じゃねえだろ。
岡崎、悪いがこいつと個人的な話がある。今日のところは帰ってくれないか。
個人的な話？
Okazaki looked back and forth between Yanagi and I blankly. His shoulders drooped a bit and he sighed quietly.
わかった。吉成くん、帰ろう。
また来るっす。次は差し入れ買ってきますね。もう二度と来んじゃねえ。
When they left, everybody in the room sighed heavily.
バカ猫、なんで連れてきやがった？
まさかお前らいつの間にそういう関係に。
In the motel, there you are going again, completely guessing the wrong thing. Not at all. I just thought I spotted him downstairs. So about today's incident, how much do all of you know about it?
笹塚が得た情報の範囲だが。
Summing up what I heard from Yanagi, we knew the crime occurred at the victim's residence. The murder weapon was a suppressed firearm, so the neighbors didn't notice the gunshots. The victim was currently unemployed. He was employed at a game development studio. I think his name was Satoru Tanaka? That's everything I knew.
お前の方で他に得た情報はあるか？
According to statements from witnesses, the victim had moved in recently and seemed to have a nocturnal lifestyle. Also, he also seemed to be afraid of going outside.
当然だな。いつ自分が次のターゲットになるか気が気じゃなかったんだろう。
You're saying that he anticipated that he'd be targeted?
コインも一致したし、確定だ。どうせ容疑者はすぐ捕まるだろうけど、あとは俺が調べる。
Oh, Sasuke ignored my question and continued his
被
report.
害者の田中悟は8月の事件の発端になった例のネットゲームの開発者だ。
Eh? Okay, I told Tsunaki in surprise. I now understood what Sasuke was getting at. So that's why he knew he might be a target. He must have been in constant fear. In August, many players of a popular online video game had been murdered. Tanaka was part of the development staff for that game. He had reason to be targeted.
だが問題はそこじゃない。今回の事件で重要視すべきなのは、これまでの X デー事件とは毛色が違うことだ。
What do you mean? Think it might be a copycat crime?
そこからかよ。
Sasuke sounded disgusted with me, but I paid him no mind and looked at
これ
Yanagi.
までと同じように、現場にローマ数字やコインは残されていた。白石に確認したが、コインは例の特殊な作りのやつでな。模倣犯でないことは確実だ。
やっぱりわざとってことになるんすかね。くっそ腹立つ。
そうだな。じゃなきゃ犯人側の行動に説明がつかない。
Well, what do you mean on purpose? Once I had confirmed that Syl wasn't quite following along, Sasuke's pointedly sighed very loudly.
操作しないと殺すって言われてんだから、足りない脳みそ使って本気で考えろよ。考えたところで使えないだろうけどな。
This man speaks so rudely. I felt the blood rush to my face.
最低限の操作能力は知っときたいよな。お前はなんか不審に思う点とかなかったのか。
Suspicious. What was different about this crime? The scope of the broadcast, what was left at the scene. Are you kidding me? So I really do have to play detective. No! What does this actually do? Oh, this is going to be very Persona S, isn't it? Oh, the scope of the broadcast. The scope of the broadcast. First, the scope of the broadcast was smaller. The X-Day crime so far had used publicly viewable videos to highlight police scandals and inadequacies of the law, but for some reason this video had only been sent to the police.
そうだな。じゃあ、なぜ警察に限定して送ったんだと思う？
To provoke the police, they only wanted the cops to know. My question is, why would they only want the cops to know? To provoke the police also say both of them seem kind of like the right answer. But like, why do you put the scope down to provoke the police? When they could do that no matter the scale. I don't know. They only want the police to know?
ああ、そうだ。
I find myself when we start getting it right. Ichigo save. Even though I'm just like, is it right? Is it really?
ま、
Because I'm
あっちの人
stupid.
に挑発が含まれてるのは間違いねえけどな。
Yeah, exactly.
動画の配信を警察内部に限定したのは警察がすぐには一般公開しないと踏んでたからだ。さらに警察内部でも情報漏洩を恐れて
Yeah.
一部の人間にしか知らせねえってな。
There was a gag order that went around, so yeah.
つまり犯人は動画を見ることができる人間を一部に絞りたかったってことだ。
Hmm. But all the others were shown across the nation. Why would they limit it this time?
そこをお前が考えて答えるんじゃねえの？
I think I have an idea. Yeah. They limit its release because they sent it to the police by accident. They want to throw off the investigation. They wouldn't send it by accident. I don't think so. Maybe to throw off the investigation a bit. They want to derail the investigation, right?
そういうこと。すよね。や
You think?
これまでは全国に動画を公開していたが、多くの人間の目に触れる分、寄せられる情報も多かった。映っている人、場所、物、どんな些細な情報でも引っかかれば集まる。
ま、 無駄な情報が多すぎても混乱するが、捜査側は情報が多いに越したことはない。
There's a specific reason why Adonis limited the release of the video when they usually want the general public to watch. Basically, they were afraid that the police would catch on too quickly.
そう。まあここまで言えばさすがに新人のお前でもわかるか。
But they still made a statement, knowing it could be a liability.
で、狙ったかのようなタイミングでギリギリ犯人が逃げた直後に警察が現場に駆け込んだ。
そして X デイ事件は単独犯じゃない。アドニスという組織ぐるみで行われている計画的な犯罪だ。もちろんここまでの情報で犯人側はアドニスの意図をどう推察する？
They deliberately sent the video to the police. They had chosen a window that ran the risk of the culprit being apprehended. The first thing I could conclude was the crime was poorly planned, but they're worried about the police investigation. No. After all these months, I don't think the crime would be poorly planned. Right? Because Adonis is now a network and they've been growing numbers for a long time now. If they wanted to, and we deduced already that they want to derail the investigation a little bit, so I assume that they must be a bit worried. And because they're worried, they would probably want to take the risk, even at the cost of losing a person, apparently. I don't know. Maybe they're worried about police attention.
まあその可能性もゼロとは言い切れないな。
So the crime was poorly planned?
だったら最初から予告なんかしなければいいってことにならね。
Why are they messing up now? That's
め
true.
んどくせえな。つまり計画性の浅い犯行だったんだよ。
Hey, leave me alone. I told you, I'm not, that bright. Oh, right, that's why. Previous accident crimes were elaborately designed murders. No unnecessary evidence was left at the scene. Suspects with apparent motive had naturally clean alibis. The crime scenes had nondescript video evidence. But this time that was all different. Whether or not they had done it for the thrill, they'd been far too lackadaisical in their crime. If they were slow, they might have been caught, but they still made a video, which means
まあ何が考えられる？
they had prepared for that outcome. Even if they were caught, it wouldn't hurt Adonis. Rather, it might play right into their hands. Is that right?
ここまでたどり着くのにどんだけ時間かけんだ。
ま、最初だしな。捜査経験ねえのにすぐ分かっちまったら逆にビビるし。
Right? Wouldn't it be more suspicious if I knew right off the bat some of these answers?
ここに来てあえて計画性の浅い犯行を起こした理由はまだ推測の域だが。
I know you guys still all suspect her just a little bit.
駒を切り捨てにかかった可能性は高いな。
ま、今日の事件の容疑者はもうほぼ絞られてるはずだ。
まあ、おそらく近日中に捕まるな。
The conversation moved past me again. I thought hurriedly.
これだけヒントを与えても目的達成は揺るがないって自信があんだろう。だよな、首輪の向こうで聞いてるサイコ野郎。
I imagine a prick of pain to come from the caller in response to Sasuke's abrasive challenge. But the caller didn't respond or inject anything into my body.
何にせよ、アドニスのやり方が変わってきているのは事実だ。
Interesting.
指揮系統が入れ替わったが、内部分裂だ。これも計画の内か。慎重に見極める必要がある。
それがつけ入る隙になるかもしれないっすからね。
As Anna to nod spiritedly, Yanagi muttered
白
something.
石が言うには、だいぶ前から変だって話だ。
っていうかこれ毎回やるのかよ。バカ猫への説明か。
I'm so used to be calling like Bakaneko stupid cat that at this point it's just going right over my skin like water.
根節丁寧に説明してやったところで時間の無駄としか思えないんだけど。
I'm not gonna lie, some of his statements still do hurt. What? Sasuke's words struck a nerve. It was true I couldn't keep up with the discussion. I was aware of my own limits. You don't have to go and put it out like that.
もともと8月は笹塚の担当だ。あとお前に任せる。
了解。
Yanagi changed the subject without commenting on Sadazuka's remarks. I guess we should take his silence to mean that he agrees. It wasn't just Sadazuka. Yanagi and Enemoto also thought poorly of my detective skills. But if I could give them any details on what went on in the station, that was enough. That was the only reason I was here. It was a painful realization.
で、お前はどうするんだ？どの事件を追うか決まったのか？
I looked up and blinked in confusion at the sudden question. It calmed me somewhat. I mentally reviewed everything I knew about the X-Day incidents. Sadazuka's right. They seemed to be pursuing the cases for a long time, so it's clear I was wasting their time by getting involved without knowing anything. The moment numeral left at this crime scene today was 1. The last number would be 0. There wasn't even a month left until X-Day. What can I do during that brief time? My duty and the situation I've been forced into. By factoring them both in, it was obvious. Compared to the rest of you, I don't have any outstanding talents, nor do I have much experience with detective work. I want to help out in any way that I possibly can.
お前にできることなんかあんの？
I can listen to what people are talking about. I stated it clearly, the three of them were clearly caught off guard. Yesterday, when I looked through the X-Day files, what jumped out to me was a person that was neither the victim nor the assailant. The victim in this incident was a woman who was once the victim of an obsessive stalker.
7月の事件のことか。
Yes, for a time she was suspected to be involved in the murder of the stalker. She also suffered severe backlash from the public. People were alleging that she might have been stalked through some fault of her own. Her background was thoroughly checked, but no connections were found to either the terrorist or the man who killed the stalker. After that, her description was excised from official documents. Whether or not she was connected to the incident had taken a heavy toll on her reputation. The police bear some responsibility. Oops, I accidentally moved it. What was said was, the police bear some responsibility for failing to stop the stalking in the first place. I wonder if I could meet her and ask her about what really happened. While we walked down the stairs, Yanagi looked back at me with a concerned look.
榎本も言っていたが、7月の事件は俺たちの方でもあまり深く調べてなくてな。
There's a suspect in custody after all.
渡される情報は少ないが、何かあったら連絡してくれ。首輪のこともある。無茶はするなよ。
Thank you. I was happy for his concern, but it didn't really resonate with me for some reason. A part of me has been relying on the Yanagi's team. Not in a tangible way, but I'd been tagging along. But that didn't sit right with me.
ところで星野、岡崎圭とやけに親しいみたいだったが。
Really? No, not really. Yeah, no, I just happened to run into him a few times. We're not particularly close terms.
とぼけた顔して強引だからな。気づけば懐に入られやすいがな。
Start to go. I think he already is, which is slightly worrying.
岡崎には気をつけろ。隙を見せない方がいい。
Huh? What do you?
俺が何？
Ooh. Speak of the devil and he appears. But anyways, let's keep going. Because he's popped up again. You turn around to face the voice. Okazaki was standing there smiling. I failed to notice him again. Why are you here?
いつの間に。
It sounds like everyone in the agency is remotely qualified. No, they are. Actually, it's the reverse. They all are like, this girl right here ain't qualified this for investigation work. you just missed them like basically grilling her. I mean, Yanagi was fine, obviously. He's the nice guy, but it was the mint-haired one, Sasuzuka, that likes to basically put us down and wonder why we even exist.
さっきからずっとここに立ってたんだけどな。
See, I had a feeling. I knew he hadn't left. Yanagi also seemed shocked that he'd failed to notice Okazaki. He's a ghost. Did they say he was a ghost earlier? I definitely can't get careless around him.
いちかちゃんもう帰るの？だったら俺が送ってくよ。
いや、星野は俺が送っていく。
でも、柳さんは彼女の家を知らないよね。
God, he does know. He does know where we live.
お前は知ってるのか？
He does. No, well, he did walk me home one time because it was late.
じゃあ行こうか。
勝手に決めるな。本人に案内してもらえば済む話だ。
でも、知ってる人と一緒に帰った方が 案内しなくていいから楽だよね。
Right now, I was walking down the street between Yanagi and Okazaki. Oop. Oop, are we already? We're already in between two guys? Okay, that's chill. In the end, they couldn't decide which of them would walk me home. Yeah. I mean, Okazaki, I don't think we would be able to shake. We can never shake this guy off. He's always the one dragging us around. And then I feel like Yanagi wouldn't want us to be alone with Okazaki because Okazaki is Okazaki. So I can't blame Yanagi for not wanting to leave so readily. Awkward. No matter how much I refused, I was beginning to realize Okazaki was going to follow me wherever I went. Yeah.
さ、前から思ってたんだけど。
Okazaki is just Yanagi from my other side.
柳さんは俺のことが嫌いだよね。
嫌いとかじゃなくてだな。
I understood what Yanagi wanted to say. He's doing this because he's worried about the collar. Yeah. I'd be in danger if the collar was exposed. Also, Yanagi didn't seem to accept the reason that Okazaki had provided for why he was protecting the team. It's not that he dislikes him, but he probably just can't trust him.
お前が俺たちを監視しているのは知ってる。関わり合いになりたくないのは当然だろう。
ああ、もしかして俺が君たちのこと全部警察に報告するって思ってるの？
そう思うのが普通だ。
まあとりあえず俺の任務のことは置いておくとして。
そこは置いといちゃダメじゃないか。
とにかくね、俺は純粋に君たちのことを知りたいんだ。
なんでだ？
人として興味があるからかな。
Yanagi really doesn't look like he wants to put up with this guy. Alright, Yanagi and I were at a loss for an answer. Okazaki changed the subject.
さっき7月の事件がどうのって言ってたけど、もしかして再捜査してるの？
What? Eh? I involuntarily stiffened up. Of course he was listening. Of course, I'm a bit... Am I surprised? I don't think I am. That's how long had he been eavesdropping on the conversation? No, it was just something I'd taken personal interest in, so I was asking Yanagi about it. Okazaki smiled softly as I fumbled around for an excuse.
そんなに慌てないで。君の仕事に口出すつもりはないよ。何か事情があるんでしょ？同じ警察官だからって話せないことはあるし。そんなに警戒しなくても大丈夫。興味本位で聞いてみただけだから。
Yanagi was very obviously having a hard time swallowing Okazaki's supposed flighty bouts of curiosity. His face said that he was confused because he didn't know what Okazaki was thinking.
7月の事件か。でもあれって正当防衛だって言われてるよね。
I can't put my webcam that far down, or it looks a bit awkward. I'm already kind of awkward because I'm not like in the middle of the webcam. And I can't do that because the way my desk is set up and everything, my desktop is literally sitting right next to me. And so I can't really scoot any further without like knocking into it. So this is what you get.
加害者はすでに捕まってて、ストーカー被害に遭った女性を守るためにやったことだって自白してる。あとは過剰防衛かどうかだけど、守るためにやったことなのに罪に問われるのは少しかわいそうだな。
This is a scenario where self-defense was justified, but the amount of force used in self-defense was far greater than the threat necessitated. The stands for what constitutes excessive force are ambiguous, yeah.
かわいそう。正当防衛だからといって殺人は殺人だ。許されるものじゃない。
Nagi-san was unusually forceful, his expression grew stern.
加害者の男はもともと5月の事件で容疑者候補に上がっていた。 X 定事件の一つと考えれば誰が見ても怪しいのは事実だ。
あくまで容疑者候補だし、5月の事件では確かなアリバイもあったよね。それに彼がストーカーに襲われてた女性を守ったのも事実でしょ。守るために必要な犠牲もあるよ。
だからって殺されていいわけじゃない。人の命を奪うのに正当な理由なんて一つもない。
They continue the debate across me, and I look like they would back down. It seems to be incompatible. The way they think is completely opposite. Both of them had valuable perspectives about the July case. I reflected on that digression. I feel immensely awkward if I was her. Finally, we're home. I see Yanagi and Okazaki off and head back to my apartment. Near my house, I saw a silhouette. Oh, what now? Oh, it's just her brother. Yeah, I was like about to say we're home, but then we have her brother who she has a not that great of a relationship with. Oh, Kazuki. He's back early today. I felt relief as I went to talk to him.
それじゃあ明日はスタジオで。楽しみにしてる。
Who is this? I was like Kazuki was talking with someone. He dresses loudly. Is that Kazuki's friend? He dresses quite loudly. Look at that, the bat thing going on. But I recognize him from somewhere. I was thinking about that. Both of them head off. What should I do? I missed my chance. Kazuki stays out often recently. He also goes out late at night too. He's hanging out with the wrong people. Follow Kazuki or follow the other guy. Oh, what? Wait, this is a okay. Why? Why is this a choice? I like say that at every choice, even though like I don't typically go back unless it's like really really bad, like I chose the wrong option. Let's follow the other guy. I don't know. I hope this isn't a bad option where like I don't follow. If I don't follow Kazuki, he like dies. Like please don't. Let this be one of those innocuous choices where like it just branches the story out more, and that like I didn't just chose a fatal choice. I started to get worried. It was already running before I could think. But here we're here to make mistakes, so. Wow, we're really going, huh? I don't think it's good to follow him, but I was curious about Kazuki's friends, and my curiosity got the better of me. A concert club? The man went inside. Excuse me. We just needed to follow. We didn't necessarily have to call out, girl. I nervously called to stop him. Oh god. I'm sorry for being so forward, but may I have a word with you?
悪いけど、急いでるから。
Wait, how should I explain it?
君、ずっと俺の後をつけてたよね。
God. That's...
そういうの迷惑だからやめてって、いつも言ってるはずだよ。
Huh?
出待ちも、角の付きまといも現金。俺だけじゃなくて、他のメンバーも。
I don't even know who you are, sir.
君、見たことないけど、新しい子。ファンになってくれるのは嬉しい。でも、マナーは守って。
No,
ちゃんとしてる他の子にも迷惑だから。じゃあ。
Oh, you shut the door on me and now I don't know what I should do. Did you mistake me for a groupie for his fan or something? A band or something? When I look back at my action, I felt ashamed because of how pathetic my actions seemed.
迷惑にも程があるよね。しかも新規とか超最悪。
Huh? I suddenly hear a voice nearby. Who is this? This bunny girl. Oh my god. Cute, but at the same time, I just know, like, just hearing her voice, I'm just like, oh lord. When I turn around, I see a young girl.
ただね、あんたみたいなのが一番大っ嫌い。最低最悪の害虫ゴミ以下。
She smiles while moving her face close to mine.
だから
I felt a strange pressure and stepped backwards. Oh, are we about to die here? I
今
don't
すぐ
know.
死んで
Just like ask. Wait. Before I could say anything, my vision slowly turned red. I felt like she hit me with a blunt weapon. Or was it actually... That was the last thing I ever
ほん
felt.
ともう困っちゃう。あんたみたいなクズがいるからヒロ君が悲しむんだよ。ヒロ君を応援する同志ならやっちゃいけないことくらい分かってよね。ってああ、もう聞こえないか。ヒロ君を悲しませるなんてファン失格だよね。
Okay, I'm pretty sure we just died, but interesting. At least we kind of know who he is now.
だからこの世界から消えるのが正解。今日もいいことしちゃった。
Well, that was one end. That was interesting. So it's good to know that they have like instant deaths here. That's great. At the very least, I saved, but that's interesting. I kind of felt like it was wrong when she was just the way. Anyway, so we followed the other guy, died from this Rennie girl. I wonder if she will show up again. I'll follow Kazuki this time. Feels like the time is right. I should try and ask him. He told me to not get involved though that it didn't concern me and tried to change the subject. I sighed at the predictable outcome while I followed Kazuki inside. This does feel like the right option, but it's kind of... Oh, what?
ゼロ。今日執行者が起こしたという事件、私は何も聞いていないのですが、12月のカウントダウンは一つだったはずです。それなのになぜ増やす？どういう意味ですか？あなたの命令なら執行者は動きます。それだけは私もコントロールできません。分かっていてやっているのでしょう。
Is this someone from Adonis speaking?
Kanojo? 星野一か。首輪の実験体ですね。彼女が7月を気にしていたんですか？やけに彼女のことを気にするんですね。いえ、何でもありません。ゼロ。長年の悲願が果たされる日は目前です。雑事に惑わされず、ことを進めてください。たとえ私たちが選ぶ道をたがえても、昔誓ったあの約束だけは。
Interesting. Have no clue what happened, what was going on there, but definitely someone from the donuts that we were just listening to, most likely. Oh, that's interesting. So the next, so like the choice to follow Kazuki, I thought she was gonna confront him, but because I had in my mind that for some reason he was going out again. Yeah. So I think maybe that's also why I was just like, okay. Interesting. I didn't know it was just gonna progress to the next day, but it's like 10 o'clock-ish. I've been streaming for almost 2 hours, and I think this is actually a good place to stop, especially since I need to recover from that bad end. I guess it's true. Curiosity did kill the cat.